All right, and I am back. Welcome to Zealist. Welcome to the Zealist channel. Um, I put on here earlier about my Ko-Fi page. I'm going to drop the link down in the description. You can go and check it out. Also, too, I wanted to let you guys know that I am currently giving away a journal. It is free. You can go to my Instagram page, VBEX41, and you can access my Instagram page. And on my Instagram page, you can DM me. And I know it's kind of risque, but I've been letting people know that I am giving away 30 journals for free. Um, there's no charge. There's no strings attached. No anything. I am in the business of helping people, and my trauma informed business is for those that are vulnerable, that are deemed as vulnerable and weak in society. And so I'm really excited to share that I've just created a self-empowerment toolkit. And it's a powerful resource for teen moms, young women, and anyone that's actually on a healing journey. So I want you to go to my Ko-Fi page and take a look at who I am, take a look at why it is that I exist. Also, too, you can check me out on Instagram at VBEX41. You can most definitely check me out. And I want you all to know why is it that I turned my pain into purpose, and how was my company birthed out. And I am going to start holding workshops as well, and that is to be determined. And once I get ready to launch those workshops, or once I'm ready to hold those workshops, I will come on and give information, or you can check out my Instagram page. Now, I don't use my Facebook page. I'm not a Facebooker. Um, I'm like since my stuff has been hacked into on Facebook, I was hacked on Instagram as well, but I'm not like I am a social media person, but Facebook is one of those things that I kind of shy away from just for right now, maybe later. But I just wanted to give you guys some information and show you guys why it is that I exist. Um, and um, again, why I turn my pain into purpose. How did I birth this business out? You can also to download the self-empowerment toolkit. All right. So I have some things that I had a meeting with a young lady the other day, and she sent me her book. Well, I ordered her book, and when I ordered her book, I was trying to figure out like how to like substantiate like my business. And so she posed some questions. And so as she posed these questions, I started to think about some things. Now I already self-reflected. I have a lot of content material, PowerPoints. I have a lot of stuff in place. And so I want you guys to understand that I want to make a difference or impact, because I want to be a voice for those that have been silenced through a trauma. Another reason is I want to turn trauma into transformation. I want to be able to normalize. I want to normalize emotional wellness in every space. Also, too, I want to become a world-renowned philanthropist. That is always been my dream. Like that's been one of my many dreams. Um, I am trying to gain financial freedom, because there is no such thing as job security. So it's not just about that. It's about building things that people can enjoy, that can relate to, that will help them. Um, and it's basically me creating a legacy modeled on a platform for ministry and impact. Yeah. So my values I want to build within my business is healing first. So before we transform others, we tend to the wounded. That's what I want to do. Before I transform you, I want to tend to your wounds first. Next thing is faith without compromise. I want faith is not strategy, it is a foundation. So it's a foundation for me. It's not just about strategy. It is something that I want to be a solid foundation that stands and lasts, and that it becomes a legacy. And it's about legacy basically over popularity. And um, what I want to do is I want to plant trees that I may never see. And that means that if somebody that's way across the globe that I've never met, I want to be able to plant something in them that I've never seen, whom I've never met. Um, and I want dignity over every interaction. Uh, In everything that you build, integrity and dignity is everything that is built upon your foundation. So I don't just want to fix people, I want to walk with them, like literally. I've done webinars where I've spoken to youth across the globe before. I started it out as a 4 week training. It went from a 4 week training to an 8 week training. And so these are some of the things I'm looking to become as zealous, as turning trauma into triumph. I want to be a voice for the voiceless. That is who I want to be. I want to save those who have been silenced by life. And what I mean by life, life, us. Like Snoop Dogg say, life be lifing. And so life happens to us sometimes. And so we want that, I want that true empowerment that starts with knowledge and basically you walk away with your self-worth. That you come in empty and you walk away feeling valued, invaluable. You walk away as that diamond covered. You walk in with as that diamond covered in dirt, but you walk away as that priceless piece that has so much value added to it that people will come to you to seek you out. And that's what I want to do. I also too want to restore hope and leadership in the lives of society's most overlooked. I know what that's like to be overlooked, to be disappointed, to be set back. So these are some of the many things that I am trying to build with this foundation. So, um, and one of the questions that was posed was, when do you see yourself exiting the business? And so, I see myself exiting the business with a legacy exit. I've already talked about how I want this to not to just be, a foundation. I want this to be a legacy. I want this to be a licensing franchise. I want strategic acquisitions, larger nonprofit that are faith based. And so my exit strategy with that is to stabilize and grow within the first 1 to 3 years, all the way up to 7 years, scaling through licensing, transitioning into a legacy leadership role. Um, so I'm looking to be a global voice for trauma informed recovery and empowerment. This is who I am. This is what I love doing. Again, you can go to my Ko-Fi page or my Ko-Fi link that I'm going to put that I'm going to add in the description. You will see that, so you can go and check out my page. I'm also seeking donations so I can provide journals to teens, moms, single moms, women that have been um, have had violence, um, have been part of domestic violence, um, family violence, any kind of trauma that you loss of a loved one, widows, orphans, foster children, um, those that have survived like sex trafficking, those that have survived abuse, whether it's by a parent, bullying, cyberbullying, all of that. If you have experienced, I have ever experienced like robbery, rape, murder, you witnessed a murder, like all those things are things that have traumatized us in life that we were never prepared for, that we were never expecting. And so it's one of those things whereby what will we do in certain situations, in certain scenarios. But what I also too want to do is to show you how to progressively, and when I say progressively, I want to show you how to progressively grow. All right. Um, And that is basically who I am. Like, that is basically what I love doing. I love helping people. I love pouring into people's lives. Um, I too have been traumatized. I lost 4 family members, my mother first, 2 weeks after I graduated from um, college. And so my mother has passed away since I was 26 years old. My father passed away. Then we had to bury 2 of my brothers. So it drained me and my family physically, mentally, financially. It caused me to be withdrawn. Um, and it caused me to not feel like I was worthy, of anything. Like my self worth was completely gone. I suffered anxiety, depression, um, a lot of things that I suffered. And so I had to get in God's face and ask Him to help me. And when I asked Him to help me, He started to peel back the layers of my life. And so when He started to peel back the layers of my life, um, this is what was produced. Um, this trauma from trauma to triumph. And that's the business, you know, that God is in. Whether you are in the ministry or not, I have um, I have information or resources for you. You don't necessarily have to be part of a ministry in order to take part or to participate in what it is that I do. Um, I'm one of those type of people that, people who, if you go to Chicago down on Skid Row, you will see people all up and down Skid Row. And I know, that sometimes people go down there and they do haircuts and, they give out meal kits and all kind of different things that they give. And so you never know, where somebody came from, where they ended up, and how did they end there, And so we have to be a society that truly cares. And I am that person. I am that person that truly cares about our society and where we're headed right now in society. And so um, this coaching is one that I want to be disruptive in, and I want to disrupt the way coaching is done. And by informing, by giving trauma informed empowerment for undeserved and at-risk populations. And when I'm talking about underdeserved and I'm talking about at-risk, you can be in a convalescent home. I was looking at this video where this woman was taking care of her mom who had dementia. And people who have dementia, a lot of times they wander off. And so what she does is she put her mother's name on her clothes, on her socks, on everything. And that is one of the greatest ideas ever. So if anybody she was ever to wander off, and even if she's standing in the mirror, she knows what her name is, and everybody else can see her name displayed on her clothing. I think that is a phenomenal idea, and I wish all the best to her and to her mother, and I hope her mother heals from that. And so my focus areas are teen moms, orphans, widows, at-risk youth, faith-based trauma recovery, social emotional learning and life skills, empowerment journals and digital products, school and community-based training program. What makes me unique is I combine trauma-informed practices with faith-rooted empowerment. That is what I do. That is who I am. I brought my laptop down with me too, so I won't forget anything. Because I just want to make sure that you understand and know that I am here for you, and I want to build a community around trauma-informed empowerment. That is who I am. I am the trauma-informed empowerment person. And so, if you are in need of resources, if you are in need of tools, I do one-on-ones, I do groups, and for the first 4 weeks, I will sit down and do like an assessment. And as we're doing that assessment after those 4 weeks, I would transition you into something greater, if that's what you need and if that is what you decide that may benefit you. Now, I'm going to say this 6P program that I have is proven. I have tested it. years ago. I tested it years ago on youth, and it works. I started off with 4 weeks, and it went from 4 weeks to them asking me to come back and do another session, and they wanted me to do another session, but I had become busy. Now I did do the second session, but I didn't do any sessions beyond that. And so it really is proven, and it works. And so an example is I had teens who were from all over the world: Cameroon, they were from Nigeria, they were from Germany, California, and different, they were in the most other parts of the world. And so um, they came in very shy. A lot of them, they weren't talking, they weren't sure of themselves. And so after the first 4 weeks, a lot of them began to open up, because like the first couple of weeks, I was like, oh man, I don't know, like, what else to do, because it was like I was doing all the talking first. And then when I started to engage and to include them, um, they were afraid. But eventually they came out and they became the voice. They became, at first I was their voice, and then they became their own voice. And so the outcome and the result was phenomenal. It was very much so phenomenal. So check out my Ko-Fi page if you want to know who I am. If you want a free journal, I didn't bring it downstairs. I am so sorry. It is beautiful, and it's pink, so it's for a lady. But I do have other journals that I will be giving out. So if you are in need of a trauma informed, and also too, I work with displaced federal workers. I am working with them because they have been placed upon my heart as well to work with. So if you are in a place where you're stuck, when you're needing direction, where you're needing guidance, where you're needing someone to walk with you, I'm your girl. Go to my Instagram page, vbex41, and you can check me out on my Ko-Fi page as well. I love you guys. This is your girl Zealist, coming from your channel, coming from this channel, the Zealist. And I thank YouTube, because YouTube has literally opened up the airways and the doors for me to transform and to change and to make a powerful, positive impact on those that are most vulnerable in society. Have an awesome week. I pray that your week is prosperous. I pray that your destiny helpers show up. I pray acceleration and speed into your life. You have a great day. Have a great week. Happy new month. See you.